So today we'll start seated on your heel like this, or you can also get a block under your bum. And some of you might like to have blankie like between your knees. So we're gonna start and do some breath work here. And then just a reminder, you'll need probably 2 or 3 blankets, a ball, or the 2 balls in a net. So welcome, yoga for stress relief. My name is Ali, and we'll just start. Take a deep breath in and let it go. As you exhale, breathe down into the hips and the legs. Get heavy in your seat. Relax the muscles in your face. Relax the muscles around your eyes and your lips. And just take these first few moments to allow the body and mind to settle, arriving here in this moment. Just watching your breath, feeling sensation in the body, feeling parts of your body that are touching the ground, maybe your hands touching your legs. And we'll do a 4-count breath exercise. So first exhale completely. And then inhale for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Just a tiny pause at the top. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Tiny pause at the bottom. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. So keep going. You can inhale for 4, exhale for 4. Or you can add on. The holding at the top will also be a 4 count, and the holding at the bottom will also be a 4 count. So either stick with that first one or adding a little longer retention. So inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the exhale 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale 4. Hold the exhale. One more. Inhale for 4. Pause 4. Exhale. Hold the exhale. Take a normal breath in. And let it go. Just returning to your natural rhythm, your natural breath. And just take a moment to notice any effects of that really short and simple breath work. Maybe the change in the quality of your breath, or the change in the quality of your thoughts, or maybe the speed or the pace of your thoughts. And then inhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart and take this time to set an intention for your practice, to make an offering or a prayer. I'm going to offer loving kindness phrases, and you can just say them to yourself, or maybe you pick one or two that mean the most to you. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be healthy and strong. May I be safe and protected. May I live with ease. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be healthy and strong. May I be safe and protected. May I be loved. And may I live with ease. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. We'll start with an Om, reaching up. You'll bring your hands to your heart and Om. Bow your head to your heart. And release your hands. Let's do actually a couple more with the arms. So inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands at your heart, and just go with your breath. Really take up a lot of space. Spread the fingers. Exhale. And one more like that. And the next time your arms are up, stay there, reaching arms up. And then take your left hand to the floor, right arm up and over. And then big circles with this top arm. So really trying to get that range of motion in the shoulder. I like to bend the elbows so you can kind of open the chest, lean back a little bit. And go the other way. And then come through center, inhale. Other side, exhale. Big circles. Pull the shoulder onto the back, bend the elbow a little bit. And the other way. Good. Back to center, inhaling. Can come off your block. So you might we'll go hands and knees. You might like to have the blanket under your knees, just depending on how much padding you have. Just a little cushion on your knees. And spread the fingers nice and wide. We'll get into some cat and cow, and maybe some big hip circles. Just take this first little bit to kind of just really intuitive movement. I love to just kind of close the eyes and see what my body just naturally wants to do. So as long as you're really strong in your handprints, your foundation kind of contained and strong and anchored, then the rest of the body can really play with shapes. And it's just kind of fun to try to do something you've never done before. So give yourself permission to make something up. And that's like one of the best ways to just start working on your own home practice. You know your foundation, you know your strength and integrity and alignment, but then you can play with shape. Then come back to hands and knees. Take your right toes and tuck them under. So you're kind of getting this calf stretch here. Kind of reach the heel back. And try not to lock the elbows. And try to keep the ribs in the body. And some of you might like to kind of pick up this bottom knee. So it's just a little more of a calf. We're trying to get a calf stretch here. So you can kind of push your hands down and forward if you want to play with that a little bit of a hover. And then you'll take that right foot behind you and look towards your toe. And you can still play with like a little bit of sort of this calf raise. You kind of go up and back, up, forward and back on the toe. I also like to play with a little bit of a cat and cow in the spine. Really gentle. And then bring it back to center. Switch sides. Left toes back. Reach your heel back. Just start there and kind of feel, okay, what's my calf feel like this. If you want to go a little more, you kind of play with picking up that knee. These hands push down and forward, the ribs in the body. Reach the heel back. And then slide it behind you, across, and kind of look towards your foot and just kind of play with this shape a little bit, maybe forward and back, maybe a little bit of it round and cat and cow. And then back to center. And we'll do our kneeling sun salute. So you just stay on your knees. It goes like this. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, grab your wrist, pull it to one side. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, other way. Inhale back to center. Exhale, cat, so you round your back, bowing in. Inhale, cow, open your heart. Exhale, child's pose. Put the hips all the way back on the heel. Let your forehead land just for your exhale. And then back to the kneeling. Inhale, open the arms, sweep them up, reach up. Side bend on your exhale. Keep the ribs in, keep pushing down through the knees and the legs. Inhale back to center. Exhale, second side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bowing in, cat. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, child's pose. Just exhale all the way. Inhale to rise, sweep the arms, nice strong legs. This time we'll twist. Exhale, twist, just one arm behind, not a super twist. Inhale, open the arms, come back to center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, cat, bowing in. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, child's pose, and stay there for an extra breath. Really let your forehead land. Relax your face. Relax your jaw and your neck. And then press into the hands. Inhale to rise. So we'll get ready for our ball rolling. So today we're going to play with the calves and the shins. So I'm going to show you with the two balls in the net. I also played with this with one ball, and it also works just fine. So you can kind of decide and see what you like. I feel like the net is a little more gentle. The one ball is, you can make it a little more intense. So I invite you to kind of explore and play with both. I like to have the two blocks stacked right here. And the ball goes on the block, so we'll start kind of at the ankle. You don't necessarily need the blocks. You can also do this right on the floor. I just like to have my leg a little bit higher. So kind of starting right here at the ankle, which this is where the net can make it feel nice. Once you get up to the calf, the 1 ball is fine. So just start like kind of low, and then we'll work our way up to the calf muscle. So really it just depends on your body, where you're tight. Kind of roll in a little bit. I'm not, like, for me, this isn't so bad, but once we get up to the calf, the big meaty part of the muscle, it can get really intense. Roll the foot out, so you're more on the outer side. You can also pick up your hips and kind of let your butt slide forward and back if you want to there. And then eventually getting a little bit higher into the meaty part of the calf. So you can play with going all the way up, all the way down. You don't want to go right behind the knee. You want to stay on the muscles. So I like to pick up my butt. You can also, when you pick your butt up, you can kind of put a little more pressure. You can see if you like that. And make sure you play with rolling in on more of the inner calf. And then rolling out more on the outer calf. And then you want to find kind of like the spot where you're like, oh, that's super intense and tender. Stay there and you kind of pin the block. It's called a pin. You pin it and then play with flexing the foot and pointing the toes. And just really slow. Like for me, I'm on kind of the bulgiest part of the calf. And then maybe find 1 or 2 more spots like that, where you pin, you hold, point, and flex. This also might be a spot where you try just the 1 ball if you do have the net. Good. All right. So then we're gonna go maybe do 1 more kind of little fast. I always like to finish with a little more of a fast rolling. Whew. And then we'll go stay on the same leg and we'll go to the shin. So again, I like to just stick with these blocks here, but on the floor is fine. So you'll take your shin, start more at the ankle. I'm gonna turn this way. The same leg, we worked the back, now we're working the front. Start kind of closer to the ankle. And then start to work your way up closer towards the meaty part and towards the knee, not on the knee. So if this is really intense for you, long exhales are going to be helpful. Relax your face. Again, you find like the spot where it's kind of like a little bit painful, but it feels good. That's the place to kind of hang out and, you know, just kind of breathe. Most likely you're holding your breath if it's intense, so checking in with your breath. And then again, you do the pin, you kind of pin it and hold it and flex your foot and point. Like for me, it's this spot right here where I like feel it all the way down the whole leg. but you can kind of explore. So for me, like, I ball roll my feet all the time, my shoulders and my back, but the shins and the calves I kind of don't do so often. So I kind of didn't realize how much I needed it here. And then maybe you do one more quick little rubby. All the way up, all the way down. And then before you go to the second side, try a downward facing dog, just nice and easy. Just kind of feel the difference in right and left. Spread the fingers, spread the toes, reach your hips up. If you want to pedal out the feet, you can, but just notice the difference in right and left side of the body. Even past the shin, like, how does your foot feel different? Does it feel different all the way up into your thighs and your hips? It's just something to start to notice and kind of get in tune with, because your shins are connected to the whole rest of your body with the fascia and the connective tissue that holds the muscles. Good. So when you're ready, we'll go second side, start with the calf. So just make sure you're on the other side. Go this way. So again, the blocks aren't necessary, but I like to have them. So kind of start slow. Come back to your breath. Roll a little in, roll a little out, kind of stay low. And then getting up a little higher eventually. So again, I kind of like to pick my butt up, slide forward and back, but you can just do this with the leg, with your bum on the ground too. And then try to go all the way up to the top of the muscle, just not right in behind the knee. Just do your best to stay in the muscle area rather than the joint. So when you're ready, pin and hold. You kind of find one spot, push down a little bit, and then flex the foot and point. Try not to lock the elbows, flex, point. Then maybe find a spot more on the inside. Push a little bit, you know, you're in charge of the pressure. Also, I want to say it's good to drink a lot of water before and after something like this. It can be, you know, like a deep tissue massage and really good to hydrate. Especially if you were like gonna do your whole body, which after the 6 weeks you will be able to do. And then find one more spot, a pin, point and flex. Maybe you kind of move it a little bit if that spot's not quite for you, that's fine. And then one last little bit of a quicker rub. Whew. This really heats me up. I get super warm from ball rolling. Okay, bring it to your shin, same side. Start kind of right here around the ankle. And if you've got the one ball, you just do your best. You could also use a foam roller for your calves and your shin. The ball just kind of gets in a little deeper. Like the foam roller is a little broader space, surface area. And then start to get a little bit higher into the shin.
pretty close to the knee, not right in that knee little capsule thing. Roll a little bit on the outside. That's the spot for me. Roll a little bit on the inside. Then play with the pin and hold. Hold a little bit of pressure, and you play with moving your ankle. So you can even roll your ankle around. For me, I like more of a point and flex. Maybe you don't even move your foot and just pinning and holding is enough. Notice other parts of the body that are working that don't need to be, your jaw, your face muscles, try to relax. Long exhale, maybe try to find one more pin and hold spot. And then maybe one more little quick kind of rub it out. All the way up, all the way down. And then once again, do a downward facing dog, just to compare. Spread the fingers. If you didn't want to do a down dog, you could also come back to that calf stretch we did at the very beginning. So when you work, maybe your heels get closer to the floor. That's what I start to notice. And we're gonna do, I think, 2 more things with our calves and then play with the down dog again. So just noticing kind of where your heels are without locking the knees, see if they get heavier. And then when you feel ready, grab your blankie, open it probably like this wide and roll it up into a tight roll. This is going behind your knees. Kind of squish it up, you know, as close to your knees as you can, and then you sit back on the blanket and you're smashing your calves. If this is super intense, which for me it is very intense, a block under your bum might be something that you find helpful. Or just kind of leaning forward. The more you sit up and the more weight that's in the hips and in the legs, the more intense. Really, really good for people standing all day, runners. So we're gonna come back to our 4 count breath. It was hard for me to breathe in this one. So long exhale, just empty your breath completely. Deep breath in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just the small pause. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 4. Keep going. Inhale for 4. Relax your jaw. Exhale. Deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Relax your shoulders. One more. I know it's a lot. Exhale. Okay, slowly let that go. You guys love that one? And then you can kind of shake it out a little bit. So keep your roll nearby. We'll use it in a second. Point your toes, and this one is really not one of my favorites. We're trying to stretch the top of the foot here and kind of keep the ribs in the body. You just start to lift the knees. So try to spread the toes back there. And some of you can lift the knees a lot. Try not to sickle. You don't want the toes curling in. You got to spread the toes. Do your best to keep your ankles straight, and you're lifting the knees. And maybe you do one leg at a time. This one's just so awkward for me. I don't love it, but it's a good stretch for the top of the feet. And then from here, you'll stand on your blanket roll. So it looks like this. You want your toes on the roll and your heels on the floor, and you might like to have your blocks nearby. So spread the toes, spread the toes. The feet are right in line with the sit bones. Just bend your knees a lot. You want to keep thinking about reaching your tailbone, your sit bones up nice and high. Really work the feet a lot. Spread the toes, push the big toe mound down. Imagine there's an X on your foot. So you're pushing the big toe, stretching to the outer heel. The hands can just be right under you. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Just let your head dangle. Think about reaching your sit bones, your booty, your tailbone up to the sky, but also pushing your heels down through the floor. Watch out for your knees wanting to roll in or roll out. You want to do your best to keep your legs strong, your knees strong. Nice long exhale, reach your bum up and your heels down. And then step off your roll, stay in the forward fold, and just notice the difference there. So take the blankie out of the way. Maybe you can fold just a little more. If you have your blocks, like for me, I can get my forearms on the block. You can also stack the blocks and let your head land on it. Depends on where your body is. So strong legs, keep reaching your sit bones up and your heels down through the floor. Just trying to like stretch your legs apart in both directions. And then I always think it's fun to try downward dog one last time. So stay in this forward fold, come to the back of your mat, keep the heels down as long as you can as you walk your hands forward to downward dog. Eventually they will come up for most of us, but it's kind of fun to play with it that way. And then child's pose when you're ready. Any change? Yeah? Okay. So we're gonna play with our restorative pose. It's gonna be either legs up the wall or legs on a chair or a couch, or if you don't have any of those things, that's no big deal. Legs can be straight. But if you have your strap, take your strap around the thighs. And you want to measure this kind of around your thigh width. If you don't have a strap, it's fine. You can still do it. You might like to have your blankets or your bolster, and that will go under your bum. So I'm going to show you with the chair what it looks like, because these are not real walls. If you have a wall, use your wall. So the bolster can go right here. This is where my bum is going to go. For me, the bolster is a little too much. I'd rather just use a blanket.
Okay. All right. Hello, Facebook. We're trying this one more time.
Oh.
it's not been working this weekend, but head over to Zoom.
My phone's going off. Okay. So I'm going to take the blanket and fold it just once, just for a little tiny kind of padding under my bum. If you have the strap around the legs, you also might like a blanket between your thighs, or you could put a block here between your thighs. It's just kind of, it helps so your legs don't roll in and they don't roll out, and they can kind of just, your bones can just settle into the hips. If you don't have that, it's okay. So I really like blanket between the thighs, just kind of roll it up and shove it in there. So when you're coming up to your wall or your chair, you kind of lay on your side, your legs are out in front, roll on, lay on your side and then roll onto your back. So I'm coming up with my feet on the chair. If you were on the wall, your legs would be straight, legs on the wall. If you like a little something under your bum, you also don't need anything there, and that's fine too. For the body, it's also really soothing and nice. For me, I really like the weight of the blanket, not just the warmth, but a little bit of a weight. And if you have an eye pillow, you can get that too. So I really want you to feel super supported and cozy. We're going to be here for a couple minutes. So make sure you feel supported. And if there's anything you need extra, just give it to yourself. Maybe a little blankie under your head for a little bit of a pillow. Maybe you want to bend the knees at some point. If your legs are straight and you want to bend the knees, that's fine too. So just know you can come out at any time. I'm going to talk you through a little bit of breath work. So once you get settled, take a deep breath in and let it go. Relax your fingers, relax your toes. We'll play with our 4-count breathing again. So inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going like that, or optional to hold the retention for a 4 count. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the exhale. 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4. Hold for 4. Exhale. Hold the exhale. One more. Inhale for 4. Hold. Exhale. Hold the exhale. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Returning to your natural breath. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be healthy and strong. May I be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. May I be loved.
May I live with ease. And gently bring your attention back to the breath. And slowly bend your knees into your belly, roll to your side. Stay there for at least 2 cycles of breath. Use your hands to push yourself. Just let your head be really lazy as you come to seated. And just take one moment to kind of check in, notice the effects of that restorative pose. Really good for tired legs and feet. Good for stress, anxiety. We'll go right into Shavasana from here. So if you like a blanket roll under your knees, get that. And again, if you like a blanket over your body, more as like a weight, not necessarily for warmth, but do make sure you're warm. And eye pillow socks if you haven't put them on yet. Make sure you're cozy, relax fingers and toes, relax your jaw. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Let your bones be heavy. Your skin soft, mind spacious. Letting gravity help you settle into stillness. Shavasana. Breathe into your belly. your lungs and your heart. As you exhale, gently wiggle fingers and toes. Reach your arms overhead, take a lazy stretch. Bend your knees or rest on your side. Just really slowly make your way to seated as you're ready. And sitting tall. Just taking a moment to notice the effects of your practice. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be healthy and strong. May you be safe and protected. May you be loved and live with ease. May all beings benefit from your yoga practice. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.